You're welcome to presentations on Crown System Solutions, which is called Crown System in short. Crown System is cloud-based and is secured. It's highly secured software. It's divided into two parts. We have the school administration modules and we have the business automation modules. I will show you all this in the course of this presentation. But first, get your browser ready and put in the address. But I will be doing the demo using the demo instance that has been installed. Then I will put in my sign-on name and password. But before we do that, let me just explain a bit of the front end or what we are looking at. We have the foundation part, and we have the external part. The foundation part is the one that when you put in your sign-on name and password, it takes you straight to the main dashboard, and then you can see all the modules. But before we do that, here you also have access to e-portal login and the online fee payment login. The e-portal login is for parents and students to have access to the performance of their children, or the student can see what is happening or their progress they are making in the school. The online fee payment login is where when you sign on to it, the system will give you the opportunity or the ability to pay online, to pay the school fees online. So all these facilities, for example, the e-portal and the online fee payment, it can be decomposed and put in the school web page. That is, you can put the link and give the school the control how it is being assessed, rather than individual coming here to type and the parent to come here and now gain access to it. Now, you will also see the version of the system, which is 1.2. Then you also see that the copyright is to Leadership Technologies, and then it is licensed to this school, Crown System Demo, Lagos, and this is the release number. So let's move into Crown System. You put in your sign-on name. In this case, I will put in my sign-on name now. Now put my password. Now, if I make a mistake, for example, and I click on sign on, the system will tell me invalid user or password. So it must be the correct password, user sign-on name and password input. So let me put the correct one now. Click on this. Now the system gives me the full detail. This is the dashboard of Crown System, where you see all the modules that have been installed currently that the user is licensed to have access to. We have the Crown enrollment, Crown billing, Crown assessment, Crown movement tracking, and Crown document management. These are all school administration modules. Then we have Crown accounting, Crown payroll, Crown assets register, Crown administration, and Crown upload. These are all business automation modules. And of course, Crown administration and Crown upload is also key to school administration modules as well. In other words, Crown administration and Crown module comes with any module, any of these options. They are not paid for by the client or customers. They come as default because they are highly used in the system, irrespective of which of these you want. Again, you can have access to all the modules depending on your needs. So let's look at the navigation of the system generally. Number one, it is developed. If you click on this, for example, Crown Enrollment, you will see that you are now in Crown Enrollment module, and the functionalities are grouped into three, mainly three. We have the static data, we have the transaction data, and you have the enrollment or report. And in between is update, which you run just by clicking on it and say you run it. But so far, if you look at the static data, click on it, it will expand another list of menus, which are like country. This is why you set the parameters of the countries where you are, the states you are, the terms, various terms, the separation codes. I will tell you the detail later on. Department, the school, the annex of the school, the employee status, the subject in the school, the class in the schools, classes, the facilities in the school, like the school, the rooms, the employees, biodata. This is the staff of the school. Then these are the classes and subjects where you map them together. This is the employees and the resources mapping. Then we have a student house. We have student biodata registration. This is why we register students. These are all static. They don't change. That's why the word static is used. If you come to a report or transaction, you see the student enrollment data entries, the activation student student left the school and comes back, or the activation student want to leave the school without graduating or graduation. So this is why we set that up. Then the enrollment update, you click on this one to run the update of the system. So again, instead of navigating through the left-hand side, you can also pick some of this menu that we have put on the dashboard for you. So this is about the dashboard of Crown Enrollment module. If you click on this home, it will take you now back to the main menu where you can select another module. You can click on it to go to billing or to assessment or any of these. Now, you also have the username that signs to the system. This one says an admin. Then if you scroll down, you also see now also the names of, as we saw on the main entry, leadership technologies, the school that is licensed to, so that you know where you are at every point in time. And here on this dashboard is a picture representation of the menu that is by the left-hand side. Now you can see the current enrollment, billing, and all of that. But depending on your installation, if your installation does not include any of this module, it will automatically you will not see it. So in your own instance, you may not see all this module there. It is because you only see, or it's only available to you what is relevant to your entity or to your school. So that is about the navigation of the inside the Crown system itself. Let me come out. I'll click on log out now. Now, also, as I said before, we have the e-portal login so if I click on e-portal login, moving, it also expects me to put in my login ID and some credentials. These credentials will have been given to the parents and to the student, so that this is what they'll be using to log into the system from time to time, whenever they want to check any of the performance. So let's give it a start. I will log in now. So basically, this is the login ID. This is the login ID. This is also another login ID. This is the date of birth. This is the class the student is. You click on sign in. So when you click on sign in, it comes up with this menu for you. You can see that that person that signs in, the parent, has 3 students in the school. It's David, Betcott, Lillian, Brown, Jane. So each of them, you can see the academic performance. You can see the student timetable. Down, you can also see the student details, the surname, the first name, email address, sex of the student, religion of the student. If you open any of this tab, it will tell you more give you more information, like the entry session, the entry time, and so on and so forth. The contact address, again, you open it, it tells you the contact address of the student, the parent details. This is the information about the parent details. This is, for example, the father's name is David, this, and so on and so forth. Now, the previous school the student came from, if it's maybe it's on transfer to this school, you have the detail here. Now, this is the academic performance of this particular student. You have the assessment, the subject, the term, the year, the maximum mark obtainable, mark obtained, the weight, and so on and so forth. This is not rocket science. It is configured and parameterized by the school. So it is the performance that get displayed here after you have captured it from ground system. Now, as I said, it gives you the student timetable. You can see the notice board of the school. So here you can know what is happening in the school, like passing out event, inter-house sport resort, victory, and so forth. You can find this is the notice board. So school will be updating this regularly, knowing fully well that the parent will be coming here to check the information of the school. Then, for example, the teacher of that student, this is the picture of the teacher, and then that kind of things. So the next student, you can click on this one. It also shows you the second student or the second child of the parent that logged into the system. Now, so you have the second student here. You have the academic performance. That one hasn't got anyone loaded. That's why it's blank. So you see all these, the same thing, school contact details, the tutor, the school authority, the name of the principal of the school, the vice principal, the school registrar, school address. You have the detail here. You click on this, which you close. School postal address, you see it. Then school date. These are important dates of the school. Its current year is this. The current session start date, the current session end date, the current time begin date, current time end date, next time begin date. These are information that interest the parent, and this is what they want to know. So, at the comfort of their homes, they can just sign on to the e-portal, and then they can see those of information. So, this is the person that signs on. That's the name, and this is the facility for this person to exit. Now, there are different ways that we have configured this. Now, for example, you can put some restrictions on who have access. I mean, further apart from the sign-on name, the password, and the class information that you have supplied, you can further reduce or limit who have access to this particular interface or front end by saying maybe parent of student that is owing, you don't want them to see it, or you can be defined in the system, so that not everybody, people that are owing, will not have access, will enjoy the facility. Or you can say, okay, for every time you sign on to this e-portal, you want to charge, it allows that, and so on and so forth. So, but the detail of the implementation we will discuss during the implementation stage. Now, you sign out, and then you come here, you click on back to login. This one takes you to this place. Now, lastly, we look at online fee payment login. You click on online payment login, then you also see it doesn't require password or anything, because when you want to collect money from people, you don't give them restrictions. So currently we have implemented two options here. There's PayPal, which anybody, any school in the world can use, whether you have a PayPal account or you have PayPal account created for you. They will just give us the necessary information, then we integrate it with your school, such that if the student pays money here, it will automatically credit your bank account. So you have PayPal, you have Paystack. Paystack is implemented for people in Nigeria. So not necessarily, it may not be useful for your school, but if you have any platform, payment gateway that you have in your country, you can just tell us, we can implement it and integrate it and allow you to, the parent of the student, to be making payments. So for example, click on PayPal. Now you only need to ask for the student admission number and the bill reference. Then you click on find it. Once it is there, you are ready to go, you are ready to make the payment. But before then, you will have sent the bill reference, what the student is owing, to the parents. So when they sign out at the comfort of their home, they will just put the reference there and the admission number, and they click on find. And if they go, they'll continue to make the payment. Now, that is that. So I click on this one to sign out. That is the end of the overview of Crown system for now.